Cool.
And okay, we're live. And
We're
I'm
live.
Up close and personal. So.
Okay.
Little,
Yeah.
hi.
Yeah, because once you come to here, then you'll be in frame.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm not hearing us just yet, but there's one way of checking that. So, if you can hear us, we are testing out a new scene, and we might actually double hear ourselves here in a second, because we're going to go with the good old-fashioned look it up on YouTube.
Oh, that's true. You totally hear it.
Hopefully
there's no feedback.
So I'll just chat, because some of this we might not be.
Okay, yeah.
But did you get an email from Plume Bloom?
From who?
Plume Bloom, the Peaceful Belly Plume Bloom.
Mm-mm.
I'm really excited.
Oh, you mean like for their latest CSA?
Their CSA.
I have not looked at my email for 3 days.
So you can get a big discount if you.
Oh, cool.
For the first of the year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, if you prepay ahead of time, then you definitely get a better deal. And now that I'm back in Boise and I don't have any garden beds set up, I'll probably do it this year because I probably won't. I think I'm only going to focus on growing pumpkins this year. Oh, look at that.
Let's see. We are live.
Oh, yeah.
And we
look
can
at that. We can
Hello.
hear it. So, yeah, I have this like idea that I want to do a bunch of pumpkins. And so, because I just have lots of space, obviously. So, but I don't think I'm going to have well, I don't even know.
But now
no food.
Yeah, let's like backtrack on that.
Yeah.
Because the last time anybody saw us on here, we had all this video footage of
the other
yard,
space,
and we had told everybody that you had made a decision to move.
Yes.
And
yes, so yeah, that was a kind of a whirlwind, honestly, because I didn't think we'd ever move. And I figured that would just be where we lived forever, because that was kind of the goal, was to buy something, eventually be mortgage free, that kind of thing. But this neighborhood, which is the agricultural area of Boise, like downtown Boise, we've wanted to live here for 10 years. And so this is the third house that we put an offer on. And honestly, we should not have got it. Like, it should not have been the price it was. Ours should not have sold, because literally by the time we decided, the entire thing was maybe 6 weeks. And that was with 30-day closing and everything. It was just like boom, boom, boom. And of all the space, the 3 places that we put an offer, this is by far the best, because I feel like I don't care about the house. Like, it needs to be cozy and cute or whatever. But the other house was just so magnificent. I mean, it was more about the house and less about the space. Like, I had made the space really cool, but the house and the garage were so big that was just kind of what it was going to be, right? So for me, I would rather have a little tiny house and more space. So now we have an acre, which is bonkers. And it's like a nice acre because it doesn't have anything on it. It's just pasture and some yard. And yeah, so it's pretty exciting.
And if you want to get caught up on the journey, because it's been 3 months now.
90. Yeah, we're almost at 90 days. Yep.
Yeah. And on the link, it's at Create Beauty every day is Gabe's personal Instagram that she's only documenting the transformation of this beautiful property.
Yeah.
And the fact that this house, like it says on the description, 1947 Cape Cod house, it was going to be demolished if she did not buy it. And she's put a lot of work into it already. So she's got like these little DIYs. She's done some experiments.
Yeah.
She's had some fun on the floor. She made some paint.
Yeah.
And the biggest challenge that you're facing right now is this space issue. Coming from this big mid-century modern house, you had a few living rooms. You had
my gosh, a studio, a 3-car garage. I mean, a full-size greenhouse, the whole thing. And now,
plus you're an artist, so you have a lot of supplies.
I have supplies, and I will always have supplies. And so now it's having to really, what is the most important? How can I edit? And but also stay within a budget, because like we aren't adding on to this house ever. We're not planning on building a garage. Like, we don't, like, it's literally this is it, other than developing the land. And so I did get some good information today from a friend of mine that also lives in this neighborhood, that if you have an acre up to 5 acres, you can actually get an agricultural exemption. And so, but you have to show income from the property, which was the whole point of having this piece of property, is monetizing it, because we teach a lot. We try to teach a lot of classes. We try to get a lot of information out, to people who are interested in this. But as soon as I moved to Nampa, that was just like, just kind of imploded, because people really didn't want to drive to Nampa except during COVID, right? Like since COVID stuff kind of disappeared, stopped, people quit coming to event kind of things like that. So the idea is, we have to show in like at least $1,000, which just seems like nothing, income from the property for 3 years in a row. And then it cuts our taxes dramatically, because the taxes are really high to have this much land in the city limits. So that's kind of exciting.
That is exciting.
Yeah. So that'll get a fire under my butt
There you go.
to figure out things, whether that's classes or that's growing certain things that we use in projects, or, on and on.
There you go. Oh, I cannot wait to see what you come up with.
Yeah, and then the other thing, which I haven't got to show you yet, I wish I would have them laying here. So I've been teaching at CWI, the Landscape 1 class, and I had the students design this property.
Okay.
So they did full landscape design from the front all the way to the back, and so it was pretty fun. And so now I get to kind of pick and choose. I kind of, all the students were like, "Oh, are you just going to pick your favorite one and do that one?" And I was like, "No, actually," because everybody had something kind of cool in their designs. I'm like, it'd be kind of cool just to pick one thing from each one.
Nice.
And do this person's idea and this person's idea, and kind of meld them all together.
I think we should do that next time.
Yeah.
Next time we tune in.
Oh yeah.
We'll make sure, and she can show you which elements of each one that she really liked, and then you can tell your students that they can tune in.
Yeah, totally.
And see
totally
what they did.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great.
Yeah.
Oh, cool! I can't wait. We can hear our puppies outside.
Yeah, they're like, "Let us in." So now, what about you? How's fall cleanup going?
Well, I'm trying to leave as much as possible.
Good.
It's
hard though.
It is. It's really hard because I'm in an HOA, and I have done a few things in the yard. So I'm trying really hard to take my leaves and push them into the corners and cover up like my ground cover, because I found that, not only does it help with the insects, but when springtime comes around and I blow those leaves out of there, then it's ready to go.
It really is, because it's been under there being warm and cozy.
Yeah. And I like just the ground cover in my front, because I really like to put baskets and it looks really pretty around my little fountain.
Yeah,
like
totally.
So trying to be very minimal on that out front. We came up with a really great idea on moving our leaves, because my husband loves his lawn and he wanted to mulch up all those leaves right away. And I'm like, no, you know how many insects you're killing if you do that. And I got to show him a little caterpillar on the porch that had fallen. I'm like, see, those are living in there.
Yeah.
So we took the dog's training tube.
Okay.
Like our dog, like your dog, does a lot of obstacle course stuff to stimulate her brain. And he would put all the leaves.
Oh, that's awesome. And then you just carry the tube.
That's awesome. My little area.
That's awesome.
And then I saw what you're doing out in your area right now. I'll share that. I took some video of what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to try and do it in my yard so I can make a little video on
because anybody can do that. Everybody's got a spot to be able to put a 3-foot circle of leaves, and then you get leaf mold.
And currently it's just a big pile on the side of my house next to my composter. Yep. So I'm like, well, this kind of needs to get figured out.
Yeah.
It was really interesting trying to, I read that I wasn't supposed to leave my tomato stems and everything.
Yeah, because there's certain things that have like powdery mildew and different things that you do need to get rid of.
So I pulled all those and threw those away, and then turned all my buckets upside down over the area where I think I might have some starters.
Sure.
So Gabe brought me into a group that is reading some really great books. And the Botany of Desire one that we finished last month.
He's so fun. Michael Pollan, by the way.
Michael Pollan has not only does it have a book, but also a PBS documentary. So if you're wanting to support PBS, you can subscribe to that and watch through there. Yeah. And it actually develops a whole lot more than the book. Like you're getting actual interviews with these professionals that are telling you even more in depth on the book. So I'm having a really good time with that. I'm on my second time watching it.
Woo! I need to watch it. I haven't watched it.
But one thing that I learned in that one was about the tulip producers hand pollinating to find these different breeds and planting as many different varieties as possible in areas. So my thought process was I had all those different variety of tomatoes because I got a bunch from Peaceful Belly's farm.
Right.
And then I got the ones from you. And so they've all been dropping there. So I'm covering them up so that they can get some starters. The only problem is that's the only spot in the yard that I hadn't pulled up my weed barrier yet. But there's no weeds on this weed barrier.
Yeah.
So come spring, I should be able to pull that weed barrier up.
Yeah, and the seedlings will be in it.
Seedlings I can kind of
you can be really careful about just pulling them out when they're still in the thread stage, the white thread. Yeah, that's cool. So I think that the biggest resistance, we just had a client that was upset with us because we didn't make her expectation was that it would be spotless. And our practice is that it isn't, because at the base of all those shrubs or all those leaves are kind of packed into a shrub or around a perennial. And then you've got the stalks coming up. Like if it's a hollow stalk, there's also all of the hole drilling bugs that will drill a hole into it and lay larvae in those stalks, right? And so like what you already said is that when you clean everything up in the fall and just like send it to the dump or burn it or whatever people do, or put it in plastic bags and send it to the dump, you've literally gotten rid of everything that was ever beneficial with even having a garden in the first place. Like it's super, it's like, it's such a contradiction, right? Like, so if you're like, oh, I want to cut garden and I want to support birds and I want to support pollinators, then you pretty much have to have a messy garden. Like that's the point of how all that stuff is alive. And it's also the reason that 70% of our species are gone, is because we've turned into these really sterile, everything has to be clean, everything has to be shorn off and taken away so that it's tidy in some way. And HOAs definitely are a big problem with that, because they want everything to look the same. They don't want somebody's one yard to be messy and one yard to be perfect, because then that neighbor is going to complain about that neighbor, which I know you've probably experienced. And so like we have to shift our thoughts about this. Like what is it that changed in history that made us think, oh, the only good yard or the only good garden is one that literally has nothing in it at the end of the season? Like why? Like, you know what I mean? And then to have that be your aesthetic, that it's like, well, I want it to be like my neighbors, and it's honestly, the problem is ultimately neighborhoods, right? We have these expanses of lawn and everything has to be the same and everything has to be tidy and everything has to be sterile and, monoculture. And then of course we're coming along and we're doing these pollinator projects. And then people are like, ooh, I don't like, that's messy. Because we're so used to seeing these, perfectly manicured lawns and 3 shrubs and 1 tree, and then get rid of all the leaves. And I mean, I didn't even know that. Like, that's a pretty new thing that people have started to learn about, that everything is hibernating in all, and not just your leaves, all of the fallen grasses, the daylilies are all crumpled over. There's like, if you dig in there, you're going to find things. And then also people are like, well, I don't want bugs. Well, guess what? They're all important. They're all here for a reason, as we've talked about before.
Do you want birds?
If you want birds, if you want exactly. Like, they're food sources for everything.
Right. And the bird population is
also greatly reduced.
Like 40% of the bird population.
Because we're taking all their food away.
Right. And something I have noticed in the last few years, since I've been leaving my grass clippings and all those leaves, I've got lots of birds.
Yeah, because they're picking through.
Fountain. And it makes my cat happy. And my dog loves it. Like, they just go from front door to back door watching.
Yeah.
And I get lots and lots of birds.
Activity, right? Yeah. And it's like actual nature. And so, but I guess though, we've also just changed, I think, a lot mentally. Like, even just talking to people are like, well, I don't like bugs. Okay, you don't have to like bugs, but it's a really important part of our ecology. Like, destroying our ecology, it will destroy us eventually, right? You can't get rid of things and think that that's going to cause anything but negative results.
Very true.
right? Because eradicating something doesn't, it's like, it's here for a reason, and I think that people just don't think about that. They just think, well, yeah, but mosquitoes are annoying, like yellow jackets are annoying. This thing, like the box elder beetles have been coming in, which you can see them up there in the blinds because of this tree right here.
Okay.
And people are freaked out with those. And I'm like, they're just seed beetles. Like they will do nothing. They're the ones that have the little red on them. And and they are in mass at certain times of the year because that's when they're breeding.
Yeah.
But they don't do anything. They don't hurt anything. Yeah, they're annoying because they're in your house or they're in your blinds or whatever. But that's because we're ultimately in the way. They used to have all this space and now we put a house here,
Yeah.
So
yeah, let them live.
Yeah.
Let them be.
Right. And then the way to manage things like that is that you keep things healthy, right? Because if all insect animal populations wouldn't be maybe as irritating if they were in balance, and the only way to be in balance is that everything's in balance, that there's enough predators, there's enough prey, there's enough, this, that, and the other to keep everything in balance, even if we're part of that.
With mosquitoes, if you have enough birds, you're not going to have too many mosquitoes.
And bats,
exactly.
They feed everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that a couple people out there say, hey, all right, let's let the leaves fall. And
and we're not saying let your yard rot because you leave leaves all over your yard, but they can definitely be at the perimeters. They can be on garden beds.
Yeah.
You can leave your perennials up,
And keep checking out the Instagrams, both the Gardens from Wellbeing, and you can assure that she's going to show us some stuff too in her yard.
Yep. And then BY's Gardens has most of our garden content.
Yeah, exactly. That's they're always going to share. We share if you don't see it, so it's always the best place to go. We should actually put that one on the description before I end.
Yeah.
Because all these little things that we're going to talk about, now we're going to try and be a lot more diligent. We both have access to the YouTube, and individually we're going to pop in and tell you what's going on for the day, especially if it's really important. If something pops in,
especially.
There'll be some nice short videos. We're not going to go hours long,
right?
Unless we get some guests in, and then we can have some full-on conversations for a good couple hours.
Yeah, totally.
And that could be fun too.
Absolutely. So, yay! I'm so glad we're finally doing it.
Yay! So we're going to sign off for now, and hopefully we'll see some of you soon.
Yes. Thank you.
Hi.
Awesome.
Okay.
Sweet. We did it. I think that's so much better.
She will stop immediately. It will no longer be live.